up these internal lows. Now, I wanted to see us go lower. There is still possibility we can go lower, especially with everything that's happening right now, and with the Iran situation, and the U.S. might get involved. So, do keep that in mind for some possibilities in the coming week. Now, going into the morning, kind of where we are in price action on the bigger time frame, we've had our change in the state. So, if we look at the 1 hour, we've had a 1 hour change in the state to the upside. Initially, came back, tapped it first on the 1 hour fair value gap. Came back down, respected consequent encroachment with this little wick, and then just has been starting to move higher towards the buy side. We have a lot of generated buy side liquidity here, so we could really go a lot higher if we want. On ES, the first internal draw is these kind of two equal highs as we have this inefficiency to the left of us. Normally on a day like this, there's kind of two outcomes that I can see playing out most likely, and one of them is market opens and we just shoot up to buy side, and then we might look to fall back inside the range. But keep in mind, this is a 15-minute, so we have like a lot of time and a lot of room to move here. So a lot of what I want to see is we have all this internal liquidity down here, but a lot of the time when we displace so far out of this, I don't really expect us to go all the way back down to these lows. What normally happens is whatever order block here, so we have this 4 hour order block, we could potentially put like an SMT in with this if we do want to come back down. But in my opinion, I think we're probably just going to shoot higher. And if that's the case, then we just sit here and watch, right? It's end of week. There's no news. We do not want to give back capital in the week. We don't want to just put on random size to put on random size. We sit here, we watch, we be patient, let the market unfold, and we'll have a good morning. Either way, no trade or a trade, either way, we are going to have a great day, great morning, and we'll see what ends up playing out here going into the opening bell. How's everybody doing though? What's up, Colin, Saint, Tyler, Septim, Gabriel, Tepsi, Noah, Nick, Tyler, Brian, Pacha, Zaka, Santi, Deji, Flam, Dooley, Baby, Dava, Darren. I feel like I'm just like making noises. Shen, Neve, Charlie, Deli, Jose, Zach, Juan. 1% away from payout. Don't force it, bro. What happens is you're going to play that in your brain nonstop. You're saying 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, and then you end up taking a dumb trade. When do you adjust for contract changes? When the contracts change. It's every 3 months. We got 2 minutes. Again, so far we've had a nice little big chunk of the move going into the morning session. ES is going to take these internal highs. What do you focus on in those situations when you're just about to cross the finish line? What's your fucking feet? What's going to get you there? You focus on the thing that's actually going to get you to the finish line.
Like 3 people at the same time. Wait, just text me.
You just focus on trading. You just focus on executing like every other day. But if you're taking shit setups every other day, then sure, yeah, you're going to fucking do it. Welcome back, Tom. Much love, Sean. Welcome, brother. All right, we got 1 minute till open. I'm expecting probably at least 15 minutes to get some more understanding. Again, right now we have all these up close candles, right? Easy sign at open to be patient. 240 move going into open, 240 point move going into open, no pullback, nothing. let price action build here. We've got a lot that we can do. I honestly like this kind of fair value gap that's resting under all these lows right here. This was kind of the first initial expansion leg. So all these stacked lows here on the 1 minute. Let's get some jazz going. Why jazz? That's what has made me successful. Just listen to jazz while I'm trading. I love jazz. Everybody that has listened to my tips, they succeed. If you listen to jazz while you trade, you're going to be immediately 2x more profitable. Trust me. Jazz is the profitable music genre for sure. Think about it. Think about why jazz. Think about it. Why would jazz be the best for traders? Because while jazz is soft and subtle, it's very precise. It's very accurate, right? Hear me out here. As traders, right? We sit here and we're in peace, right? We're calm. We're flowing with the market. But we're also precise. We're accurate. Let's do its thing. Again, my bias is bullish for the day. That doesn't mean my bias can't be bearish going in the morning. I can't take a trade right now. We would have to sell off for me to take a trade. I can't take a trade when we're this deep in premium of this range, right? We're way deep in premium. I would need to see us come all the way back down here to have some sort of manipulation. But I'm not taking a short to target this because it's against the draw. Right, that's why I just sit here and wait. Do you think trading on a monitor is better than trading on a laptop screen? I think either does. I mean, I've literally just been trading on my MacBook for the last like 2 months, so. What's up, JB? Welcome, brother. Glad you having a good time. Why is the market open so slow? Because we just pumped 230 points before open. You still making music? I am still making music. I am. Why are you so sure it's going to come back to the 1 hour for rally gap? I'm not. I have no fucking clue if it wants to or not. But I don't care. That's the whole point, right? The market is going to do whatever it wants to do. I can't take a long here. So I can guess and say, oh, we're going to just go straight up. Or I can guess and say, oh, we're going to pull back. There's no way of knowing. There's literally zero way of knowing. I have no idea. My job is not to try to predict, it's to react. So now let's say we do pull back. Okay, well, now I know that there's still more room to the upside because we've taken sell side, we've gotten displacement to the upside, there's a fair value gap here, so I would look to see what? Manipulation here, right? So I'd want to see some sort of low get put in. If we just continue to pump here, and I try to chase longs, I'm most likely going to get wrecked. Now, maybe I get lucky, but then I just end up building bad habits because I'm chasing a long. So there's no trade that I can do right here. I have no idea if we want to go straight to buy side. I have no idea if we want to pull back or not. I sit here and wait because I don't care about being right or wrong. I care to let the market affirm whatever it wants to do. Right now I sit here and don't do anything. I don't live in Scottsdale anymore. I'm up in Boise right now, but right now I'm a free roaming little birdie, so I'm kind of a digital nomad, which I highly recommend. Have you explored Europe? I have, but I'm going back in probably a couple weeks. I'm gonna go out to Europe, meet with some buddies. My buddies right now has been in Europe. He was in London, now he's in Paris right now. So I'm gonna go meet up with him probably in the next couple weeks. I would not take shorts if we have displacement lower. No. Somebody tell me why. Yep, it's against the draw. Now, what I want to see, this is the difference though, right? Even if I want to see us sell off, that doesn't mean I'm going to take a short. Why? Because just because I want to see it doesn't mean it's an actually good setup. Right now, the draw on liquidity on the bigger time frame is bullish. We've taken sell side already, so what do we expect to draw? Buy side liquidity. All of this is low resistance. Now we could maybe take this internal high and then sell back off, or maybe take this internal high and then rebalance price back lower. But this model is still going to be a market maker buy model. So for me to take a long with the existing bias, I would need to see some sort of manipulation on a pullback somewhere here, possibly equilibrium of this price range, right, which is all the way back down here. Maybe then an SMT, maybe build more structure. Right now, if we just pump, we pump. I still, again, I can't touch it. So we just got to let the market do its thing here. Don't chase. Don't sit here and be like, oh my gosh, well, we're pumping up so much higher. Because all that's going to do is make you feel like you're lacking and you have to take a setup right now because your success is on the line. Today's the only day you can make a trade. Guys, gotta calm down. We sit here and we do nothing. Any advice on how to backtest properly? In my opinion, backtesting is all about testing ideas. Backtesting is not about you trying to take the most perfect setups and then like try to scale an account on backtest. And you know, like my goal with when somebody backtests is to test ideas and build conviction in their eye and how they can see manipulation, how they can just read price action. Now, when it comes to like going about backtesting, I think it's something that you just kind of got to do and figure out. Like, not figure out. Everybody has their own like different ways. I don't backtest anymore, so like I think backtesting is good for when you first start out, when your first like year or two, like before you have conviction in your edge. But at some point, it just gets to you just need forward testing, you need actual live market experience. I've noticed Chris is always very hesitant to take trades in premium. Are you the same way, or does it just depend? Yeah, no, of course. Why would I take a long right here? There's zero reason why I would take a long right here. We're so deep in premium. Just makes no sense.
But it says it there, fam. It literally says it there. This guy's blind.
Frankfurt? My brother's in Berlin, I think. Yeah. I might go to Germany because I might go see him. When would you take a trade against the draw? Very little circumstances, but most of the time it's still going to be lower probability. So there really is no time I should be taking a trade against the draw. How do you know what highs or lows to mark out for equilibrium? Well, it depends on the range, right? So, if I was to mark out, like, where would I want to see my price go right now? Well, actually, that's technically bad because we're probably going to buy side, but this is how I'd mark out this range, right? So, like, from the move so far that we've created, from the low to the high, if we end up putting a high in here and we start to displace back lower, this is where we'd want to see price rebalance to. We don't have to go back to equilibrium in this range. I would want us to see us go back to equilibrium in this range. But most likely what will happen is price might slow down here. We'll start to kind of slow down, chop a little bit, and then have some sort of internal manipulation at like a low, possibly hold the bigger time frame order block, and then continue higher. But equilibrium is one of those things where it kind of depends on the range in which you're looking at. It's not like it's kind of something you use the more you just start viewing price action, and it's really not like a deciding factor you need to have. You just have one bias and stick to it, and if it goes against your draw, you don't change what you think the draw and liquidity is. Well, if there's more data that is given to me on why I should change my opinion, then yes. But otherwise, no. Again, trading is one of those games where every second of the day you are being told new information, right? Every second of the day, there's another candlestick that gets printed on this chart that can either affirm or deny my bias. And now, I could not have a bias at all, and it could then start to sway one way or another, right? So, I do believe that you must be fluid in opinion and unattached to outcomes of right or wrong, because there's going to be 100 times in the future and more of times in which you are going to be asked to be unattached to an idea, and it's going to be mentally exhausting if every day you come into the market you're so obsessed about having a specific outcome. Like, all it does is going to hurt you. So every second that goes by today, my brain says nope, nope, oh maybe, oh nope, because it's not giving me what I need to see for me to actually put capital on the table. This isn't us hopping on to play like fucking Fortnite. This is us hopping on to grow our business. And if our opportunity is not worth our business because we have so much self-respect for ourselves to not invest in something that's ass, then we wait for a good opportunity. Now, if you don't care about your business and you don't care about making money and you don't care about self-growth, then take as many trades as you want. How's the weather out there? Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, Idaho's been gorgeous recently. Yeah, Idaho is a kept secret for sure. Do you ever trade the continuation of whatever the trend is, like look for an entry that shows we are continuing higher or lower? Yes, but it depends on where we are on the bigger time frame. Like right now, I cannot take a continuation trade. There is no setup right now. I guarantee you, if you try to take a long right now, you're either number one going to get wrecked, or you're going to build terrible habits because you're going to get lucky and it's not going to be good. We're so far deep in premium. Again, when I look at this and I'm saying, okay, like another easy way, right? There's two types of ranges we can look at. We can look at number one, this internal high is already taken, so me taking a long makes 0 sense since we already took a high. Now this is low resistance, so I'd still want to see, us go to this high as well. So now again, we're still in premium of every single range that we draw. We're in premium. So we're probably, again, I'd want to start to see us sell off. If you take a long here, you're probably going to top tick the market. Just be patient. Again, if it's not screaming at, again, the best analogy I could ever give you is imagine that trading is a game of Pictionary. You get one guess as to what it is. Now, we've all have played Pictionary. If you haven't played Pictionary, let me, tell you what it is, right? Somebody has a whiteboard and they're starting to draw, right? And let's say, I draw something. And you try to win, and you're so egoed that you go out and you say, oh, that's a cookie, or that's a fucking car. And I'm going to say, no, that's not a car. You're out because you couldn't sit still and wait for more drawing. So now I might go and say, oh, maybe this is, actually. And it's maybe there's more of a car kind of coming out here. And then you yell something like, oh, it's a bus. And I say, no, it's not a bus. Because you care more about trying to guess the drawing right than sitting still and waiting for it to be dumb clear as to what it is. I did not want the highlighter. But you get my point. Treat trading the same way. Unless it's screaming at you as to what it is, and the picture is clear in front of your face, don't try to guess. Yeah, no, that was a bad drawing. What you need to see to go short? Nothing. I need to see a lot. I can't tell you what I need to see until it's in front of my face. Highs aren't taken. There's no SMT. Actually, wait. Did we put an SMT here internally? Okay, so we have a tight little bearish SMT here, and again, I can't take a short here. I want to see us just pull back. I don't care to take a short. I need to see us pull back here so I can look to take a bigger time frame.
Oh my god.
And price actions, again, 250 points going into open. We're starting to slow down. I need to see volatility get back inside the market and give us more understanding of what we want to do. When you became profitable, did you notice any clear change when forward testing? The clear change was I didn't care anymore. I didn't care to make money or become profitable. The thing is you guys are sitting here caring so much about how much money you're gonna make today or tomorrow. I don't give a fuck. I'm sitting here recognizing what is the market showing me. Like, once you completely get the idea of money out of your mind with trading and you simply just trade what the market is actually showing you, that is when you will make a shit ton of money, is when you stop caring about making a shit ton of money, is when you'll actually do it. Because you're seeing the market through rose-colored glasses, which makes you see things that aren't there. And take lower probability setups, which means you'll never actually have a sustainable edge over a long period of time. So sure, you might make money one day, or maybe in 2 days, or maybe 3 days, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, but then after 2 weeks, blow up 3 days, everything's over, because you don't know how to actually trade. starting to see a little bit of pullback again. This is exactly what I want to see. I want to see us continue to sell off. Get all the way back down. Four-hour order block down here. I'd like to see how far, more so how deep we actually want to rebalance on this leg. Continue to watch the reaction. We want to see us at least come back down to these fair value gaps down here. Are you factoring the overnight gap from Wednesday? No, if I don't even know what that is, so probably not. So now, I said, I want to see a pullback. And now there's people in this chat saying, Justin, if you wanted to see a pullback, why didn't you take a short? We're selling off. And I'm going to say, because there's no model. Again, I don't want, there's many things that I could want the market to do. But there's only one thing and one edge for me to actually take a trade. Because want is not a system. Want is not an edge. I could say, oh, I think the market might go here. That's not an edge. It's not a system. My edge, my system is liquidity manipulation, possible SMT change in the state, what's the DART, what's the draw on liquidity, am I buying in discount if I'm long biased? Right now, none of that is present, so I wait until it is present. Also, look at the daily, guys. Like, this ain't too good. S&P. So 5-minute SMT on the bigger time frame. We did break through this 5-minute fair value gap. We do have a bearish change in the state. I'd want to see markets sell off. No, we did not put an SMT in here too. I'd want to see us again continue to rebalance for me to take a long. jazz and driving in an open road. Ooh, those windmills, that's fire. How to fix hesitation. I mean, in my opinion, hesitation comes from pressing a button, you know, so I think you got to devalue the idea of just pressing a button. I think we care so much about the idea of being right or wrong or winning or losing, and we think that we're so scared to be wrong. Like, you got to understand, the most successful people in the world have lost the most. And like, people that have built a business, like, gotten their ass kicked thousands of times. So you got to stop caring about being wrong and pushing your ego to the side, because it's literally all, we're hesitant to enter a trade because we're afraid of being wrong. Now, obviously, if you have a bunch of random size on the trade and there's no reason that you're, you know, over leveraged, then sure, you're going to hesitate on the trade because you're over leveraged. But if you are actually putting on size that makes sense, you have to lower the value of what you're doing. You have to stop caring about being right or wrong and just simply take what you see and learn from it and grow from it, and then master your eye, because you're not just going to immediately know the best way to view the market. You're not going to just immediately become a fantastic trader without any market experience. You need to actually watch price action. You need to see how it builds. You need to see how it's going to hurt you. You need to see how it's going to make you money. Yeah, I have no desire to take shorts or rebalance. Now, that's not to say that they can't work out. They absolutely can, but again, if there's my edge isn't present, then I'm not taking it. I think my edge is kind of present because there is a SMT at the highs and we have had a 5-minute change. But I would much rather wait. Does Forever Auto work with Forex pairs yet? How do you deal with externally world influences that disagree with core values of Christianity, goals, and peace? You recognize them for what they are, but you don't be attached to the ideas of them. They shouldn't be affecting you emotionally. You should just be able to see them for what they are. like the way that ES is printing more than NQ. Still don't think it's ready. We could sell off again, or that's what I want to see. I want to see us sell off. We could come up, rebalance, and then reject from here and go back lower. She looks not too bad. Just watching. I'm on El Camino Walk of Jesus in Spain right now. No way, that's fire. Can you send the link for Trustpilot? Yeah. Where is the link for Trustpilot? I think I have it in here. Actually, I'll just search it out. I think this is it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Guys, it would mean a lot. If you've been enjoying the community, if you leave us a nice review on Trustpilot. Uncle's on his 4th walk right now. Again, right now, still sitting, just watching, letting us sell off if we want to sell off. I'm not looking at this being like trying to chase shorts, and then you're gonna go back to chasing longs. When do you end session? Normally I end session when I decide to step away. There's not like a specific time. Normally I'll hop on. So like sometimes we'll take a trade very early into the open, and then I'll just hop off. So it's like if I market opens and we take a banger trade, then I'm like, all right guys, get off, and we end the stream. Now sometimes we'll sit here for like 2 hours, and then it'll get to a point where we'll be like, all right, there's nothing, we'll hop off. I was not brought up in a religious family, no. I don't have specific time frame alignments where it's like a 15-minute here and then I go to a 5-minute for this. It kind of is pretty. I mean, it's always pretty similar on every trade of like maybe the time frames of what I'm looking at, but it's more so what I can visualize see instead of like the exact number of time frame. It's more so just understanding price action. Again, use TradingView as like a magnifying glass. That's literally all it is. Like, price action is not changing. You're just seeing it from a different perspective. So you don't need to be on a 5-minute or a 15-minute or a 30-minute. Like, it's understanding price action because it's all the same. Like, I'm looking at the exact same thing on every time frame. I'm just seeing it from a different perspective. So stop focusing on the time frames and just focus on reading price action through different perspectives. Biggest musical influence? Probably Daft Punk. There's a lot though. There's like 10 people that fit into that. Are you into raves? No, not really. I don't know enough about my funded futures to know, to be honest. I haven't used them. If you can give one single advice to young you before making it, what would it be? Making it has nothing to do with any external factors besides what's within you. Making it has been a lie that has been told to you. Like, there is no making it. Like, making it is a false fucking reality. Because if making it is having a lot of money, then I know a shit ton of people that have, quote, made it that are miserable. So, what do we want to classify as making it? I think before we answer that question, we got to redefine what making it actually is. Alright, so we're starting to pull back. This is exactly what I wanted to see. I want to see us go tap this 4-hour order block. Yes, take this low. We'll see if we maybe put an SMT in. That's exactly what I wanted to see. We'll see how far we want to come back down. Finding abundance is the key. Rather be miserable in a Ferrari than a Honda, though, let's be real. I mean, sure. Making 10K a month is making it. Again, your definition of making it will change your entire life. So it's like, most of you guys are so young, and I'm so young, but I've just gone through a lot more of those chapters very fast compared to other people in their life. So it's like, you know, everybody's gonna go do it at their different pace and different experiences in their life at different parts. But my biggest recommendation to you, it is like, I think everybody should be seeking for that though. Like, don't make somebody else's made it as to your make it unless you actually know that that's what's going to give you the happiness you deserve. Like, I thought that getting a nice apartment and getting a nice car would make me happy, but it doesn't make me happy. Like, now it did for a little bit. Like, I was like, oh, this is dope, this is everything I ever wanted, and then I realized it's actually not what I like doesn't actually fuel me or give me energy. It actually does the opposite. And now, like, I got rid of everything. Like, all my furniture, everything is in a storage unit. Sold my G-Wagon, and now I'm floating. Now I'm like living back at my parents' house, and I'm like back to square one, right? But it's like I would much rather now be back at square one living at my parents than I would be having that nice car and living in like an $8,000 a month apartment, you know? So you have to live kind of your life and figure out what that is for you. I would much rather, you know, money to me is secondary, and it'll always be secondary because that's what trading has taught me. So because I've spent so much time as a trader and used it to envelop myself in understanding of also my relationship with money and my relationship with other things in my life, I now know and have a good understanding as to the environments that I can put myself in that's going to fuel me, that's going to help grow me, that's going to satisfy me, that's going to give me joy, in the right mindsets, and also where my heart rests, right? Where my heart rests, where my brain rests, as I'm not striving. I don't need more to be happy or to be, I do it for purpose, right? And when you change it from money to purpose and you really dig within yourself to find like what's the reasoning here, you're going to produce more fruit, and you're also going to have a way better time and way more fulfillment doing it. Thoughts on big shot, important individuals not taking you seriously because you're too young? I think it's all facade. Again, I think that you make that real or not. I don't walk into a room with people that I look up to and I act like I'm different than them, because you're not. Like, if you in your mind are viewing yourself as different, then you're gonna act different. It's the same thing with trading, right? If you view yourself as unprofitable, if you view yourself as somebody that is not yet there, then of course you're gonna fucking act like it, because that's what you tell yourself. So other people like not respect. I don't care. I don't need their affirmation. I don't need their respect. Now it obviously depends on the area of business, like if it matters or not. But most of the time, 95% of the time, it doesn't matter. Again, the more that you cut out the noise, you realize that, like, needing someone else's approval is actually just the most, like, silly goose thing you could ever fucking do. But I think it's also hard, and it's a shame because, like, all of you guys are fed nonsense on social media. Like, every other trader, like, quote, trader in the space, like, I've like been around in this space to know, like, there's maybe one person in this space that I actually, like, would hang out with. I mean, actually, okay, I wouldn't say not like I wouldn't hang out with, but like that I have hung out with before and I enjoy hanging out with. I haven't hung out with Umar. I've never hung out with Umar. Why do you guys care so much? Guys, this is the complete opposite of my point here. My whole point is to stop caring about about like other people's validation or something. I mean, I guess it's different, but Tori's actually sweet. I haven't hung out with Tori before, but I have talked with her. She is very sweet. She was at Iman's event in London with one of my buddies. Yeah, no, she literally, by her trendline course, you wanted it's funny, she literally told me they had a night out one night when they were in London, and my buddy sends me a video of them like that everybody with Iman's group was out like at the pub at London, and they like bought out this pub basically, and Tori sends a video saying basically like telling me I need to trade CL and I need to start trading trend lines. So I've been on calls with Iman. I haven't met Iman in person yet though. Godzi, yeah, Godzi. Okay, I want to see what happens at this imbalance. I'd like to see us dig a little bit deeper, because there's a possibility we could go through this and go take these internal lows. I think that'd honestly be better. We'd be back. Oh my goodness. We'd be back in equilibrium. Excuse me. I'm getting blamed. Nah, that's okay. I'm not sure what happened there. I had a freaking malfunction error. Still waiting for this low to get taken. I want to see what the reaction is. So far we got a triangle that's being made here, so still waiting and watching. Oh, I actually did not tell you guys, but for the people who care, last night, spontaneously, decided to drop the first single today. So it's out. Now it's scuffed because I don't know how to. I gotta update like my Spotify like page, but it should be under Justin Warline. Yeah, it's right here. Now I gotta update all this other stuff to make it look cool and all, but first single. It should be on everything. It should be on Apple Music. Should be on everything. Play it. All right, hold on. Let me get my headphones in. It should be on YouTube Music too. It should be on everything. Alright, let me go here. Turn this off for a second. We'll get this on for a second. Alright, first track, first single of the upcoming album. First track. Have any idea when you're gonna release the album? I gotta go back. I gotta go up to Quebec first and finish it. I got people waiting for me in Quebec, so. But I need to finish it by the end of the summer or this year for sure. Definitely this year, for sure this year. Appreciate it. Thank you guys. All right. Exactly what I wanted to see. I want to see this become Turtle Soup. Looks fantastic. We're dumping. I want to see this low get taken, and I want to see what the reaction is once this low gets taken. Because I would want this to be the soup. We are dumping. We are dumpy dump. I'd want to see an SMT get put in at these lows here, because ES is going to hold this order block. Watch. What's going to happen? NQ takes this low, ES does not, and ES ends up holding this 4-hour order block. And this 3-hour right here. So we come down, most likely just wick this low, because these down close candles. NQ sells off, takes the low. We then put in a bullish SMT like this. And then we try to work our way back higher. But still just watching. Justin, can I know how can you handle if we take a loss this day after missing those shorts and seeing people banking? Huh? What shorts? So you're telling me if I just told you I made $1,000 and I showed you a random screenshot of a chart that you're just gonna start freaking the fuck out? Is that what you're selling? I think you really have to just make it, like, realize how silly it is. Like, that's how you get over it, is you realize how silly it is. A screenshot of a number and a fucking line on a chart makes you anxious and stressed. Like, isn't that fucking ridiculous? So now, ask yourself, are you gonna let that affect you? Or are you gonna actually realize it's literally a fucking nothing? It's a screenshot, it's pixels. Somebody that has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with your progress, somebody who's at a completely different step in their journey. Because obviously you're, you know, completely safe on like a roller coaster. Not completely, but pretty much completely. But like your brain starts going all over the place. Like, oh my god, if I just get flung out of this thing, and I just like we start in our minds, we like replay ourselves like hitting the floor, falling from like 200 feet off a roller coaster, because we're human beings. Our brain just does random shit like that. And it's the same thing with trading. Like when we're trying to pass in a funded account, we're so focused on just like passing it and not having something bad happen to us, and then we end up having something bad happen to us because we're so focused on something not happening to us. Or then operating out of fear instead of operating out of abundance, and then that's when our decisions don't really have any conviction based behind them. I mean, again, we can talk about this conversation. This conversation could last all day. There's many different reasons, but it all comes down to your perspective of it all. There's no trade yet. Be patient. Let these lows get taken. I need to see these lows get taken. Looking back, what do you think of these shorts? No. Again, I literally told you when price was up here, I said we're probably going to sell, and if we do sell, I still am not going to be looking at this as I should have taken shorts. So no, I should not have taken shorts. I told you we were going to sell at open, the rebalance, and yet I told you, again, even if I think the market's going to do something, that doesn't mean I take a trade because I think the market's going to do something. No, I'm not going to crash out. My goal is to enlighten you guys. My goal is to share the truth and open up your eyes and stretch your brain to make you realize that you're capable of doing anything you want. You're just resting in a fucking fear most of the time and a lot of things. This isn't just a trading Discord. This is a spiritual class. My goal is to change you in every little way I possibly can to make you have a better life. Stretch us? Okay, pause. I take it all back. I'm never telling you guys a single thing again. Do you consider these SMTs on low resistance liquidity? No. Yeah, it's got to be a swing low. I would much rather take these lows too because these are probably a session low. Yeah, see, all of these session lows are stacked, London and Asia. So I would want to see London, Asia get taken. That's fire septum. If there becomes a buy to the upside, here is my problem. Psychologically seeing the dump before and not trusting entering it, I have a problem trusting even if I am confident in the drawn liquidity and entry model. How do I trust more? Okay, well, like, let's be honest here. Because part of it is you probably sitting on this call waiting for Justin to tell you what to do so that you, when you have an idea on your own that you want to take, you don't take it because I don't take it. Now, then the opposite of that is true. I see a setup that you don't see, I take it, and then you get frustrated that you don't take it. So how do we go about this little mind exercise because you're waiting for me and then you're doing this and then you can't decide on your conviction and then you want to see this but then I'm not doing it? Wow, it sounds like a fucking maze here. It sounds like you're getting thrown all over the place. But nothing's happening to me. Why? Because I'm seeing the market for how I see the market. I don't look at chat and everybody's posting me saying, Justin, what do you think about shorts? What do you think about longs? What is there a long here? Is there a long here? Is there a long this? Or maybe here, maybe short? And I say, guys, be patient. No, for real. Some of you guys act like it is the last trading day in existence. You guys act like this is the last day you're ever going to take a possible trade, so you're so focused on taking a trade because the market's never opening ever again after today. If we go to World War III, the market won't be opening ever again. The market will definitely be open. I mean, unless there's some sort of protocol in place. Again, I have no idea. Maybe, who knows? gonna get drafted. Would you full port if Armageddon was tomorrow? Again, it's too broad. It's too broad of a question. Like, what kind of fucking Armageddon? Like, am I there? I don't. If you're gonna give me a hypothetical, you got to give me an actual hypothetical here. Like, what's the situation? Are we getting fucking bombed? What countries are involved? Because then I can make a plan. And like, I'm being dead serious. I'm ready for shit to go down. Don't you worry. I'm absolutely ready for shit to go down. Not like ready as in I want to, but I'm ready if it happens. Do you own any guns? I own a lot of guns. Does it make sense waiting for longs at low since we made 2 big moves already and launch is coming and it's Friday? I still think longs can play out. Yeah, again, like, guys, keep in mind, on the bigger time frame, right? Zoom out. Like, the reason why it's been slow today is because we're building price, like, on this bigger model, right? Like, this was 30-minute, like, this is what the 30-minute chart looks like. So I would still expect maybe another 30 minutes to go down, take this, maybe another 30 minutes to settle, and then maybe in the PM session have a soup back to the upside. It all depends on how if we displace through these lows or not. I would want to see us sweep this. Obviously, we could still also hold this order block. So we don't have to come down and take those session lows. I would like us to, but again, I'm not going to force anything unless it's kind of exactly what I need to see. And so far today, we're kind of just, you know, it's just been a straight up move in the pre-market, and then market open, sold off, no liquidity taken. I still want to see internal lows. I mean, actually, this internal high was taken, but so far just V-shaped recovery. So I just want to just continue to wait. Again, if there's no trade today, there's no trade today, which is fine.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you generally go in your full position when entering? No, not generally. It depends. I wouldn't say generally though. Justin, do you agree with the idea that being with a girl or being in love with will affect a man's growth negatively, especially in his 20s? I completely disagree. Now, it depends how you look at it. It depends how you look at it. Negatively in the moment, yeah, sure. Long run, you're getting so much growth from that. Are you kidding me? Getting your heart broken in your 20s is a must-needed experience. I don't know about must-needed, but definitely important to actually grow as a man, in my opinion. Because then you start to guard your heart in specific ways. It's like, and I'm talking about the mature way of looking at this, not like, oh, you know, canon event, like, sure, canon event. But I'm talking about when you get your heart broken, and I think it's a little bit different for men and women when they're young. Like, I think women have it obviously depends, like, specifically in the relationship, but like, for example, my last girlfriend, like, absolutely loved me. Like, because she had never had an actual good guy. Like, she had never had somebody who was somebody that would actually look after her, that was doing something with her life doing something with their life very young, very ambitious, and, you know, actually had a good, you know, heart and brain, I guess. And so when a woman, like, and this is the whole thing, like, guys, now we could sit here again, talk about this for another, you know, period of time, but I don't mean to toot my own horn. All I'm saying is, like, stop. I think I've personally seen, like, just from reading the chat sometimes too, like, the culture with men in nowadays and, like, women, and, like, this whole, like, Riz culture is actually so bad. Like, this whole Riz fucking, you know, it's just so weird. It's not normal. Like, no, like, and what I'm saying is, like, men can't even just have a conversation with a woman. Like, most young men literally can't have a conversation with a woman without being like, oh my god, yacht, like some fucking retard. So that's the problem, in my opinion. Like, I think men have become so sexualized in their mind and so brain rot that they literally can't have a conversation. That picture is so funny. Very based. It's true. It's genuinely true. I read this chat and you guys are literally like, I'll say something about any woman in my life and it'll immediately go to something weird. And then I think on the other side of it, we've also created like this, white knight simp, like, simping, you treat a girl with respect, or you treat other people with respect and you're a simp. Like, we've created just this such weird culture. Like can we just like be normal human beings and like talk to each other and not like randomly overly sexualize each other, and like maybe just have a conversation and like be empathetic and be loving? And you know, I think it's just weird. And that's why also I don't hang out with a lot of other people my age that are making money, is because they're all weird. Like, they don't have a strong foundation. Sell side almost taken. We're coming down pretty fast, so we'll see what we want to do. I really want to see how this SMT holds again. ES now back in that order block, like I said. We'll have an SMT most likely. We'll see if ES wants to wicket. But at the same time, women became more toxic nowadays. Again, what pond are you fishing in, brother? Like, if you're fucking going out to frat parties, then yeah, you're gonna be like, wow, the women suck. So do the men. They're all lost. They're all trying to figure out where they want to go in life. They're having fun. Like, that's what in their mind is what they're doing. I'm young. I'm having fun. I don't know what I want to do yet. You know, I have time, so I'm just gonna go get a bunch of bodies because I was never had a good father in my life. Damn, Justin attacking the fatherless. No, I have sympathy for everybody. Like, much sympathy and empathy. I think people have just been misguided. Like, especially after a breakup. Like, going back to the relationship thing, especially young people, like, a lot of young, and what I have found, now tell me if I'm wrong. Actually, I say that it's whoever got hurt the worst, in my opinion. Actually, you guys tell me, do you think women or men are more likely to get with somebody after a breakup quicker or longer? Like, who do you think is quicker? I also agree that it's women, but I also believe it depends on who got hurt more. I think it depends on a certain situation, but I think most of the time it's women, because because think about it this way. I fully believe that women have a different type of way that they experience love, because women are very loving and nurturing people, and you know, now obviously it depends on the woman, but I do believe women have a deeper sense of like soul ties and shit like that. And so it's easier for men to get over women. Obviously, again, it still depends on who got hurt more. Like, I've been on that side, and I've also been on the opposing side. So But I'll tell you right now, I will. The next woman is my wife. I'm not. I highly recommend. Like, dating to date is the most over normalized thing. This is a base take, very based. But I do believe that dating to date is like actually stupid. All right, low's taken. Let's see what we want to do here. We have an SMT now that got just put in. Slow. Time is up. 10:40. I'd want to see us build more PA down here and get a manipulation leg before reversing back higher, but we have had, again, everything I wanted to see has played out so far. You're gonna take ES or NQ most likely? I have no idea. I don't even know if I'm gonna take a trade. Still just watching. When did you realize you were able to finally switch up on your day ones? I'm still sketched out by this, so I'm still watching. It's more so Friday, time of day right now. This V-shaped recovery. I want to see how we build structure down here. Where did I go wrong with the setup? Like the 5-minute gap with the 15-second change in the state, price was no doubt reaching towards London and Asia, so I was short biased until sell side was taken. I don't think there's a trade there unless yeah, again, and again, like having this tight of stops with trying to trade a move like this it's so easy to just get stopped. How do you know which one is the lagging pair, one that doesn't take liquidity? Yeah. Now again, NQ just again we're selling through this, so just so far watching this SMT could get broken. If we want to just dump, then we might just dump. But I would definitely want to see us get bought up here soon, if we are going to. Again, if we want to sell, we're going to sell, but I would definitely want to see us sweep this. But again, keep in mind we're now back in equilibrium, right? Exactly what I said. So now at the moment of like, notice, you know what's so funny? Notice how everybody's super bullish right here, and then everybody's super bearish right here. London, Asia just got taken. Again, keep in mind we're at the 4-hour change in the state. We're also at the 1 hour. So I'd like to see us run through whatever imbalances here, get bought back up. This is a little zoomed in. This is the first possible entry. It's a little early, but 1 minute fair value gets ran through, and if we get above this down close candle. Not really a clean manipulation link, but it's here. I don't even know if we're gonna get along for like, so what I would target is, I have no idea. Obviously I would want to see us back to buy side. I'd let our runner go, but probably back to equilibrium or something. I think this is a fake out to the downside for sure. Now we could just start dumping. We're gonna start bombing some places then. It's about to hit 11 o'clock too, so. Yeah, you can use standard deviation for possible reversals. Like, there's not really anything clean on NQ on ES. I guess technically this move. Trump sets 2-week window before deciding on striking Iran. Okay, bet. If we get a fat up close candle that just comes in and breaks this for value gap, that'll probably start the reversal move. Right now, though, there's no manipulation leg. Like, I really need to see something like this. Like, this would be best case scenario. So I might hop off, take a peek later in like an hour or two, and see if we want to have more structure, possibly back to the upside. But it's also Friday, so I'm not like super avid on taking a trade today. No, I don't normally trade during lunch. Again, this will probably spark the initial rebalance move, though, if we do break this. Justin, can you confirm that you don't secretly trade Asia? I definitely... When was the last time I traded Asia? I had one overnight swing that was like months ago. Yeah. No, normally I don't go live in the PM session, no. Most of the time, like, again, on a day like this when it's Friday and we've kind of had both existing moves, like, it's kind of hard because we've had pre-market 200 points to the upside, market opens 330 points to the downside. We could continue to sell here, but I would like to see this be manipulation because of the bigger time frame. We've already taken sell side, so I'd want to see this bigger time frame imbalance hold. Now this SMT will probably get ran through, but again, it's just like, I don't, If it's just straight up, straight down, and there's no manipulation or no clear liquidity that's being generated, and there's no clear price set, like again, when I zoom out and it's just the up down, right? I need more PA. I need more understanding as to where we want to go and why we want to possibly have hesitation. So I'd still want to see the same thing on ES. I'd still want to see these internal lows get taken and then get bought back up. SMT again still in place, but I'd most likely just wait until later. I would have wanted to kind of see it happen by now. Not to say that it won't play out. Absolutely still can. But Friday end of week, starting to get towards lunch hour as well. Yeah, I'll type in the chat if I see anything later. It's a long way. You ever take 30-second trades? If there's a reason for me to zoom in, yeah. Trading June contract or regular NQ. If you adjust the contracts through B-80J on TradingView, then you don't have to manually change it, but you also can. So if you're manually trading with Connected Broker on TradingView, if you search up NQ, you can change it to the contract if you want. I just queue NQ1 ! because it automatically updates the contract code, or you can change it to the existing code here. Would you like to trade in the night instead of the morning? Absolutely not. I love trading in the morning. If my max one is 1500 and 50k top step eval, and I lose 800 on a trade, can I still only make 1500 after the first initial loss that day? I want to make sure I understand the question correct. Other people are way better at top step calculations. Who can answer this question? If my max one is 1500 on 50k top step eval, and I lose 800 on a trade, can I still only make $1,500 after the first initial loss that day? Yeah, actually, I'd paste it in the GPT too. If you lived in a foreign country that caters to digital nomads, visa, exchange rates, cost of living, time zone, etc., what country would you choose? I don't feel like I've been to enough countries to like pick. I feel like I'm still trying to find it. I'm still trying to find that location, that perfect location. I don't think there is a perfect location, but I definitely have more traveling to do for sure. So ES takes internal low, still has the SMT in place. This is kind of where I'm guessing we'll probably start to get bought back up. Why ES not on Q? ES is the stronger asset at this point right now. If I were in the Discord for the monthly and want to upgrade tonight before the increase to quarterly, but the month isn't up, what happens? I don't think they stack. I would message WAP support and see if they stack. I'm not sure. It might end up just kind of overlapping. Yeah. And then you would have to just cancel the other one. So you'd buy the other one and then cancel the other one so the other one doesn't get rebilled. I don't think this doesn't look potentially bad here on ES. I think this might be the first potential setup. On ES has taken the internal sell side low. We still have the bigger time frame SMT from that second low. We're at the bigger time frame change in the state on the 1 hour. Sell side on the bigger time frames taken. Spamming the same question but you're not answering. What's the question? I feel like normally kind of what happens on these moves though is something like this. Like I said, kind of like an initial rebalance, and then one last move lower, and then we have a change. Honestly, I think I'm probably just gonna hop off, let the market do its thing. If you decide you have enough conviction to take this trade, go for it, but normally Friday, end of week, we're getting into lunchtime. I still think there could be one last manipulation. Like, it's not super clean, kind of a straight up, straight down move. Definitely could play out, but again, a could play out doesn't make me just be like, I need to take this trade ASAP. I definitely think this can play out. Might take this with like lower size. Let me see. This would be the first long entry in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this actually. This looks nice. This will be my only trade of the day. But I'm only gonna look for this move. I'm only gonna look to internal highs. And stop's gonna be at the low. Actually, I guess I'll let runners go if there's a reason to, but I'm gonna take most off at the internal high. I do need to take a piss though, so I am hopping off. I'm letting these limits do their thing. I'll update you guys on the position in my channel, but I will hop off. I'll keep this on. So I am in 4 contracts. Gonna target internal liquidity. Reason for this trade: bigger time frame. We've come back down again, like I wanted to see. Back to go take the internal liquidity at these lows. Bigger time frame for value gap still holding after bigger time frame sell side's taken. Changing the state of delivery comes back down. Manipulation. I take it on ES. Why do I take it on ES? Because ES takes its internal low. NQ takes external low, so now we have an SMT that's bullish, as well as this internal that gets put in or taken. So I'd want to see us now get bought back up into equilibrium of the range, into internal liquidity. I think this looks good. I'm just gonna let this do its thing. Yeah, I'll post a recording after this. Alrighty, guys, enjoy your Friday. The trade is in your hands. My management is here. My limits, I'm just gonna set limits, do its thing. It's up to you if you want to leave a runner or not. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. I will see you guys soon. And we will talk soon. Great day, great discussions. We'll see how this trade plays out. Again, I'm only in around half risk, so we'll see how this plays out to end the week. And I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, guys. Stay blessed.